And so we continue to inside. Well, forgot to mention the door has rust on the bottom, so I just covered it with sealer tape. Nothing major. The door is not falling. It's pretty strong all the way here. Just somewhere in the bottom. All right. So once you walk in, this is the motion activated light. It's LED light. You can adjust different ways. I put it down this way, so when you open the door and it's dark, it shines your way in, so you don't trip over the steps. Okay, the speakers all around, besides one speaker on the back door I couldn't replace because that was not enough space to cut the hole to mount the speaker. So all the speakers are three-way pile speakers. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 speakers, and the 6th one I couldn't replace. So sounds very, very good with the sound system, when we're gonna go over in a minute. Okay, let's continue here. So this is the LED rope. After some time it started, the silicone which I attached it with kind of like got old, so but it still functions. It just glows in the dark if the power applied, and so it shines the step borders, so you're not gonna trip over it. Here, this is the step stool which I put before the step. It helps. First of all, I built this kind of like pockets to put some cleaning stuff and maybe some extra oil or power steering fluid when I needed it before. I don't need it anymore because the problem was fixed. It was low pressure hose, had a tiny hole in it, so it was dripping and I couldn't figure out where it was, so I had to take it to the shop. At the same time they put new what did they put? They put new tensioners, belt tensioners, the pulleys, and they also changed air filter, which is still good. I just recently checked it, and also I cleaned around all these intake parts because I had to take it apart for tune-up process. So I clean mass airflow filter also with sensor with a special fluid. So anyway, let's go back here. So these are shelves here. There was a shelf here, but I removed it to install this. This is 10-liter diesel tank. It still has a little bit. It lasted, I probably put it like up here, like a little bit more than a half. It lasted all winter for my urban camping. This is extra tubing for the fuel supply, so if you decide to move it anywhere else, it's gonna be here for you, but definitely it doesn't bother at all. It stays here, and whenever you go to the gas station, you just open here, put a couple of gallons of fuel, diesel fuel, and this is it. It doesn't release any smell inside because it's all sealed. It has some little breezer over here, but I've never noticed any problems. Okay, and the top of all, as everything I like is convenience, so I put a couple of switches here, but this one is running now to ignite the light. The light is right here underneath, and the light is there underneath, so it shines. So if you fuel up in the dark, which I doubt, you still have the light. Anyway, okay, let's put this one back and continue inside. See, nicely stands in here. Close the door. Let's go in. This is not originally made to be high roof, so you have to watch your head every time you walk inside. I'm gonna pop up this window, and I'm going to open the vent on the roof. This is fantastic vent, which is really fantastic. I can sleep with it. It doesn't make much noise. You mostly feel on the sound of air coming through. To start out the electric, right now it's electric cut off totally. There is a switch here on the side. You turn it on, confirmation click, and it's on. Now you want to adjust speed. It's 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna put on 1 because we don't want too much wind going. Turn it on, and it's gonna do the job, ventilating. I cleaned the mesh over here. There's a bug mesh, bug screen. Oh, you can feel already air coming through. It's fantastic. All right. Privacy curtain. Another privacy curtain. But before we go to deeper inside, I will show something else here in the front. Okay, so I felt like it was just unused space between the seats. So, and I didn't want things running around the van while I was driving. So first I had like a box here, some kind of bin, but then I said, oh, it doesn't look so good, not really automotive. And I really want to have like a bit more automotive look. So I built this console, and I even got to the point that I line up the bottom of it inside with denim from my cut off when I made shorts from my old jeans. Nobody's gonna see it, it's just for me. I feel aesthetically satisfied. Okay, so sound system, of course, when I'm driving or I'm traveling, I want to have some of the best, not the super, but it works fantastically. It plays virtually any video and audio file plus the pictures. You can use either micro SD card, you see the white things there, that's micro SD card plugged in, auxiliary input, and there's a cover for USB plug-in, so you have USB drive. You can also do DVR. I didn't go that way. Basically that's the camera that you plug in and it will record your driving while you're driving. This one stated to be plug-in to charge the phone, but I don't know, for some reason this one, maybe I did something wrong, but I never used this one because I plugged it in once here and it was charging. But then you have all these outputs, 12 volt here, 12 volt here. I have this, so basically I didn't really need this. It's a mount for my Magellan 7-inch GPS, which obsolete now, so I just had it for fun to make it look like I'm a big truck traveler. Reverse camera, monitor. So the switch is right here, conveniently located right above. Oh, by the way, this is not the original piece here, and nothing much original here anyway. So this is from, I believe, Chrysler Town & Country, or some of this. So the power supply for all this unit goes through this fuse, which is good. You don't want any problem. Here's like a sunglass packet, but I keep my Good Sam's Club Deluxe membership card. This is the remote for this unit, which basically is good if you want to adjust certain things. I don't really need it, and most of the things that you want to operate it, conveniently located here, is all touch buttons. So it's turned on, but when you supply power, it's going to turn on. Boom, and you can see my ladder in the back, and that's as far as you can see. You can lower it a little bit more, but I just did it so I don't get too close to the cars, because people start banging. And I used to have a trailer hitch step. I still have it, so it comes with the van anyway. And of course, my goodness, it even has a compass, so if you get lost, it doesn't show temperature. It's probably just not functioning well. It's 0 Celsius it shows. Okay, so yep, let me turn it up. Compass. Okay, so this is it, and that's the switch over here for the cameras. So let's say this camera video 1 and this is video 2. So plus this is for infrared controllers, this menu and stuff like this. So It just, you don't really need this. See, it's flickering because it's a wireless controller, so I mean wireless connection, so something, maybe the truck's passing by. Okay, turn it off. You don't want to leave it on for a day or two because it may drain some battery power. Okay, you're probably wondering, what are these for? These are snaps for mounting this table. The snaps go on the top of those snaps, and I can't do it one-handed. And this is suction cup, which basically very nicely sits on the top of the shiny laminate. Laminate is the same type that I use on the cabinet door and the countertop, so it's kind of like I'm trying to make it not too colorful and at the same time luxury looking. It's a big pocket here for different things. All right, comfortable seats, of course, with armrests. Okay, let's continue. Originally I was gonna do all floor using this type of flooring, but it may get scratched and it was a bit more expensive than just vinyl linoleum flooring, so I did linoleum flooring. Very easy to clean, and when it goes bad you can just scrape it off. There is utility board under, so you can scrape it off or put another stuff on the top of it. It doesn't matter. It's just it's a matter of your imagination. It's very easily cleaned with any cleaning solution like this. And this brush right here, that's some of my favorite. Okay, let's go here. Look at this. I purchased this Gulfstream handle. They didn't have any lights in there. I installed a set of LEDs here, and they run through the controller, and with remote control you can change a color to glow steady in one color or to change the color. So last setting was changing color, so it kind of like scanning through all the colors. And to show you the light here, it's not dark enough. Oh, I can close the window. Okay, so let's do it. Boom, you see the light turned on. Fantastic. Wow. This switch connected to power. You just need to find what you want to use it for. I haven't decided, that's why I left it open for next owner's imagination. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off now. The generator that show, that's the control panel for the generator, and it runs through the cutoff switch because there's a little very tiny electricity leak when it's connected. So not to kill the power, okay, I'm gonna fix it. This, by the way, this is a solar panel controller, charge controller, and the switch is right here. So what you do, you just plug in, turn it, boom, you have power to a generator. You press and hold, and it needs to be okay. What happens when you have quarter of a tank or less, that thing will not start. So I had just a little bit more than a quarter, I guess. So I started generator yesterday. I ran it for about a few minutes, and it just basically sucked all the fuel from the carburetor what I had. So now I need to do a couple of, basically prime it. If you use it, okay, it started. As an indicator that it started, you have the light on. It takes a little bit of time until this power switch will turn on, and you will see the light, indicator light on this power strip, and the click. It takes a couple of seconds. Boom. Okay, so power supply on. This black cord always connected to this outlet, because the way I did it for the reason, this cord connects, this power strip connects to a circuit breaker box, which is under, and this cord connected to converter, which makes 12 volt out of 110, and also there's a circuit breaker box, so you have the power to basically only thing it control is the this power outlet here, and the batteries, 2 deep cycle batteries, pretty decent size, right here. I didn't do something that I should have probably done, but I didn't want to make any extra holes, is to ventilate this. So when I'm plugged in or running well, not really, generator won't do much, but when I'm plugged in at the campsite for a long time, and I'm not using the seat very much, so I put something under to keep it open, but I just simply can install, I have a fan already to ventilate it out, because it gets kind of like warm inside, because this fan from here, this unit blows in, so it gets hot, and somehow this wood material, this vinyl that it's bench made of, it's creating some kind of interesting I don't know what, not smell, but something, but suddenly carbon monoxide detectors start going off. So I realized after doing some research, you don't feel bad, you don't feel poisoned or anything, but it just things some kind of get confused. Anyway, let's continue while the generator is running. And next step, we're going to see what the lights are. Overhead light, boom, and DC outlet, they mark this way. Nothing else is connected. These two not connected, so they power supplied, but and nothing go out. So this one basically provides the power to these switches and some other things. Like you can turn on the light in this shelf, and you can see what's going on there. This, of course, DC outlets means 12 volt and USBs. This is overhead light control, so it's separated in 2 sections. The first section is 4 lights on the front and the other 6 lights on the back. Let's turn the lights on the back. Boom, 6 lights on. Turn the lights on the front. Boom, 6 lights on. It's like a daylight in here, no matter how dark outside is. This area, I intentionally didn't put any lights here, because this is a place to rest, relax, and you don't want too much light. If you want to read, you have another light here, not annoying white, but kind of like warm white. Or you have a reading light here, which not working right now because I need to replace converter, and I have it. It just need to replace it. I have exactly the same light, 2 lights like this. See? It's kind of flickering. Anyway, yeah, so I need to check that. It's not a big deal. Okay, what else? Any other lights here? Yes, more lights here. And it's a switch here for the light about the stove. And talking about the stove, have nice Dometic brand 2-burner stove, which RV manufacturers put in high-end small RVs. You won't find this stove. This is a $500 stove actually. I was shocked when I saw the price in the catalog. I bought it, of course, cheaper. I didn't pay $500 for it. And it works fantastically. I can even operate it with one hand. You put it to light, press it down, and then ignite, and it turns on. If you didn't use it for some time, You need to do a couple of times, kind of like hold it for a while, just count 1 2 3, press, it doesn't ignite, press again, but then you have to be careful because it may just flare up a little bit more than you wanted. So, and the smaller burner is the same thing, press down, turns on. Works fantastically, never failed me. And I'm always about safety, so I don't like big propane tanks on board. For that reason, I'm using 1 pound propane cylinder, just like this little camping thing that you know, and it lasts me for a very long time. This stove is very good, it's very economical. To match the stove cover and make it look really nice, I purchased a piece of black plexiglass and I made cover for the sink. I even cut it the way that I still have a little bit of a lip on the edge, so it looks matching, like it was factory made. Some people would say, oh, it's nice cutting board, but I will not